Hey everyone, it's Letaba Camp in Kruger Park that we're visiting today. It's, I think my favorite, well, one of my favorite camps because it's simply so beautiful. You can see the palm trees here in the background. You can hear the noises. I'm going to show you around this camp today and give you a bit of an overview both of the various options, such as camping or staying in the huts, or even they have some tinted, formerly sort of a tinted camp area here as well. And they have a great shop here, great well-stocked shop. They have a great restaurant with surprisingly fantastic service. And the views here are just completely amazing. I can't wait to show you what it all looks like. So why don't we start at the beginning? And this is the first sign that you see once you get to the camp. It is, it's where the entrance is, and as you come driving in, it's just a fantastic way to be welcomed by the camp, Letaba Camp. And in you drive, and most likely the first spot you want to go to is the reception area over here. You can see they have open safari vehicles here, and they actually run safari game drives several times a day, the morning, the afternoon drive, and the evening. But here right to the left when you get in is the entrance to the reception area where you check in. And what I can recommend is that you consider getting a wild card. See, it's just like a normal reception area basically. What I suggest is that you get a wild card, which is sort of the day pass, because you pay for being in the game reserve on a day-to-day basis. And I think it's something like normally 500 rands per person for a day. And if you stay here long enough, and if you have a wild card, you can get a good discount. So look that up on the website for the national parks. Yeah, so that's the reception area, and right across from the reception area is the gas station. We're very important. This is kind of awesome that they have this available at all the various lodges. I do feel that this is my favorite camp, simply for the beauty. If you look around here, just look at how much shade they have, and just the wonderful trees. And so, yep, diesel, etc. And they even have a car wash. And you can see the whole camp is surrounded by fencing like this, so you don't get too many dangerous animals coming in here. However, you are able to see some of these animals outside, which is awesome. So you can walk the fence in the evening and see what you can see. And certainly over the years we've seen a bunch of stuff. So yeah, here's the car wash. That's something that actually is going to become handy at the end of your trip, because you're going to be so dusty and ready to get a clean outlook on life. So over here across also, so not far from the reception area, is the shop, which I just find extremely well stocked. just outside the shop, what you'll find is the Sightings board, which is obviously really important to take a look at every day, so you know where to go for lions. So you can see buffalo here is yellow, leopard blue, elephant green, lion is red, cheetah black, and then wild dogs. So I had this sort of beige color. And I guess today so far it's about 3 o'clock. There's been one lion sighting here not far from the camp, and a bunch of elephant sightings, which I can certainly attest to. 2 leopards, 2 light blue leopards. And you'll note that the rhinos don't have magnets to place, and the reason for that is because they're an endangered species and they just don't want to tell people where the rhinos are. But I can say that we saw a rhino yesterday, which was amazing. And so then they have today, and then they have yesterday's board as well. You can see there was quite a bit of lion action, both here and further up at Mopani, as well as a bunch of buffalo sightings, good amount of leopards down at Oliphant's camp as well. So it's really worthwhile coming here every day and checking out what's going on. And obviously, if you can help people by putting up your sightings as well, that helps. So here's the shop, which has a whole bunch of stuff in it, both if you're hungry and if you are just looking for a great souvenir to take home. It's really very well stocked, even as far as providing you with electrical things and a few pharmaceuticals if you have a bad stomach, nuts, candies for the kids, and also potentially for me. I wouldn't admit it if I did. Then they have firewood and charcoal, which is critical for you if you are traveling in this area, because most people do make fires right outside their houses and cook at night. The ubiquitous South African biltong. It's a taste that I really haven't been able to fully acquire, but people swear by it. And then what they have here is a wine section, ice cream, ice for your cooler bag, and then a variety of meats that you can buy to grill, down to boerewors and so on. And then a bunch of cold drinks and anything else. Bread, Nutella, anyone? Beans. So you could actually come here with nothing. These are great in the morning when you go on a game drive, just a rusk. Local honey. So, and this, of course, amarula, which is based on the marula fruit, which is a drink that's much like really Bailey's, if you're familiar with that. You put an ice cube in it, and it's delicious. The marula fruit grows on the marula tree here in the park, and you may have seen film of drunken elephants. That's based on the marula fruit that falls down and then ferments on the ground. only to be eaten by the elephants, who then get drunk, which is kind of amusing. So if you haven't seen it, there ought to be some YouTube films of this, and there was certainly a film done a number of years ago. So now walking further into the camp, and the first area I'm going to take you to is the sort of the front where the view is of the river, and this is also where the restaurant is. And I'll say this is one of the better restaurants in the park. Here you can see these Rondavels or huts. You rent one of these huts, and it's really, honestly, a perfect place to stay. I mean, I've stayed personally in accommodation all across the world. I've stayed in high-end luxury. I've stayed in a tent that I would bring around, but I would say that these huts here, are actually great. Hot water, hot showers. Your bed is made every day. The hut is cleaned every day. It's honestly, it's perfect, I would say. So that's where we're staying on this occasion, and enjoying it so far. On this trip, we started up at Punta Maria, which is the northernmost camp in the park, and we've been making our way down south through Xinguetzi, which is another beautiful camp, and now here at Letaba. Still moving up towards the restaurant, but you can see it is a fairly big camp, but at the same time it's just it's a great place to be, and you don't really feel the size of the camp so much. If you book early, you get some of these D36, D37, D35 huts, and that gives you a direct view over the river, which is really what you come here for. Here's the braai, or the grill. And all along this area here, there's a walk that you can take, which will just give you completely new animals to look at all the time during the day. Fantastic. Yesterday we saw a bunch of giraffes here. We've seen elephants crossing the river. Just amazing, quiet place. I can see there's an elephant in the distance. I'm not so sure that it's visible here on this film. Over here there's a warthog running around. And this is an outside section of the river. Of the restaurant. The restaurant is called Tindlofu. Tindlofu means elephants in Shangaan language. And I see what happens to be my oldest friend just happens to be sitting here drinking ginger ale. We're having a great time. So that's the restaurant. It's amazing to be coming here with my old friend and his son. We went to school together in Denmark, I'd say 100 years ago, but it just happens to be 55 years ago that we met the first time. And we've kept our friendship going after all these years, and we're just having a wonderful time traveling here together on this trip. Some warthogs. I will say this is the fastest service I've had in the park from these waiters who work here. They're just really on the ball. People come here and just stand for hours and just look out and try and see what they can see. I see an impala down there. I mean, I've seen so many elephants. And again, so here's one of the huts. I'll take you to where my hut is. You do have to be careful of the monkeys, particularly there are both vervet and baboons here. And they do get grabby, as well as some of the birds. But why not? If they're not taught any different, why should they not behave like animals? Because that's what they are, let's be honest. So before coming out to the Kruger Park, I went and bought a whole bunch of stuff at the supermarket in Johannesburg for several days. Cold drinks, bought a couple of coolers for cheap in Santon City at the Checkers, some beef fillet, some chicken, a variety of vegetables, obviously, and it's worked out really well. Breakfast foods, eggs, bacon, fruit, but yeah, it's worked out really well. Remember to buy something sour to chew on. I say that because it gets dusty, and you just want to be able to get a different taste than dust sometimes. So let me show you. Here's my little Rondavel. Here's the grill. Now let me show you around the kitchen first of all. It's very simple. They have two hot plates. They have a fridge, as you can see, and it's interesting the way they put it. They put it so that it's sort of unopenable. You can't really open it when it's standing this way, and this is for the baboons. Also, the cupboards have locks on them, because otherwise the monkeys get inside. So it's worthwhile doing that. You can see here that I think the monkeys were in the garbage. Good news, there was nothing in the garbage can. So, and let's see if I can find the key. Let me show you inside what a sort of. This is not a special one that I have. It's just an average type of hut that they gave me. Okay, so I've taken upon myself to put a lot of our stuff inside because I simply just don't want to come out and find it gone. But yeah, 2 beds. They're single beds. They're fine. sink, and shower area, toilet. It's got everything you need. Windows to the outside, and they do come and they do a really good job of cleaning it up for you. So can only recommend. And now what we'll do is I'll go and show you the camping areas, which are through here. And as somebody who, I used to live here. I used to work as a game ranger way back in the 80s here in the park, in one of the private game reserves here. But I flew in from the US to do the safari and meet my friends, and they flew in from Denmark, which is where I'm originally from. But the car I chose is just a Volkswagen Combi, which I find does the trick sufficiently. It's got enough baggage space. You're high enough off the ground that you can see stuff, which is important. And it doesn't. It has a pretty good clearance, so you don't get stuck. Of course, if there's a lot of horrible flooding and so on, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But this is suffices. A great drive. So to drive from Johannesburg Airport, which is where we drove from, to Punta Maria, where we started the safari, was about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, something like this. Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going into the camping site. And this is also where the pool area is. It's really so interesting about the pool, because my son and daughter were in this pool in the 90s. No, it was in early 2000s. About, what should we say, probably maybe about 12 years ago or so. And here's the pool. And it is exactly the same pool it was then. Hasn't changed at all. They had a great time. I know that it's probably too cold at the moment because it is winter. But how fun. How fun to see that. It just brings back memories to such a degree. It's almost overwhelming. Just because I just remember them laughing and screaming and shouting and all this. And so it's I just love these palm trees. I think it just makes this place so much like an oasis. And it does get quite hot here in the summer. The summer months of July November, December, January, February, those months. So the first bit here is where you can rent these safari tents, just like you see in the old movies. And we're going to be doing that tomorrow when we go down further south. And I will post a video from Tambuti camp. But how cool is this? Huh? How cool is this? And there's even a few of these tents located right. Oh, there was a mongoose running around just outside the fence. There's several of them, banded mongoose. It's so funny, having been a game ranger in the past here in South Africa, I still remember a lot of the stuff that I learned in those days. But to wake up to this, and then you're right at the fence line, so you can just look right out. And here's that mongoose standing on its tail. There's about 10 or 12 of these right here now. The whole thing just brings back so many memories, and it's just such a wonderful time. What a wonderful time. Oof. Yeah, I must say, I'm one of those people who's very thankful for all the stuff that I've been able to see, and now with this slow travel that we're doing, has started doing, I should say, it's just getting better and better. People worry about getting older. I say it's probably one of the best times I've ever had. I suppose I'm lucky, but just really fantastic. But you gotta keep moving, guys. You gotta eat well. You gotta keep your minds sane. After the trip that I took to Thailand, the gift of meditation has truly been an enormous gift in my life. And so now here we're moving into the actual camping area where I stayed with Jean Marie and the kids before, where you were able to put up your own camping situation, whether it's a tent or whether you have one of these fancy bush trailers, or whatever. And just so happens that the spot that Jean Marie and the kids and we had all those years ago is empty at the moment. So I'm doing this as much for them as I'm doing it for myself, because we had a wonderful time here. I remember sitting here making oxtail soup and baking bread on the campfire, and then during the evening a hyena would pass by, and wouldn't you know it, they recommend that people don't throw stuff across the fence, but I am assuming that that's why they are having to put those signs up, is because people are doing that. So this is the actual spot where Jean Marie and the kids and we stayed. One more thing to show you, and then I think you've got a pretty good overview of Letaba Camp, and that is the whole kitchen and restroom area here for the camp. You'll see every so often they have these kitchen areas with hot plates, and they also have hot boiling water, and you can just use as you want. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Good.
Good. And then over here, you'll find the the ablutions block, one for women and one for men. I'll take you through it so you can see what kind of facilities are available. If you check first that nobody's there. And there are both showers and toilets here. So I think this gives you a pretty good overview. I want to thank you for hanging out with me on this video. Please write me, please subscribe to the video. And if you do have any questions about safaris here in Africa in any way, whether it's high-end luxury, whether it is, lower kind of cost safaris like this, please do let me know, because I do know quite a bit about this, and I'm happy to help. Have a great day, and thank you for coming with me. This morning we're at Letaba and got up early. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. It's winter. You can hear the animals outside, and this is the view that we're met with. Fantastic. Going on our game drive this morning, and I'll keep you updated as to what we find on the trip, but it should be good. Taking the loop that goes from Letaba down to Rondavels Camp in the south, or further south, and this is a loop that just runs along the river. So let's hope for the best, and I think we have a little bit of impala action here already. It's running around. That's part of a breeding herd, I can see.